Hola, mis amigos. Bienvenido a la referencia de la película, aka the movie reference. This is episode 30. Oh,
Bada bing, bada boom. Oh,
episode 30. Whoop, 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 whoop. How's it going, Britt? Long time
good.
no see.
I saw you guys this morning.
Yes, we spent a beautiful week together. First week in a long time that we got to spend together.
Well, we never spent a week together.
Um, yeah, we did.
What are you talking about?
Well, we used to, when we were kids, we had spring breaks together and half summers and
Those don't count.
oh, okay. Okay, those don't count. Okay, well then first time in our lives ever we spent a whole week together.
Yeah.
And
What
it
a
was a
better
blast.
time than now.
And it was a blast. We went to Colorado. Colorado.
Colorado, Colorado.
Rado.
We decided to teach the kids how to ski.
Yep. And you know
How
what I
awkward's
did?
that?
I ski, ski, ski,
What?
ski, ski, ski.
Ski, ski, ski.
Oh, such a dad
Oh
joke.
my gosh. That was terrible.
Dude, this whole week was a wake up call for me. Like,
What do you mean?
I was never cool growing up ever.
Yeah.
And, I don't even know if I ever had any moments of being like cool because, even when I was trying to be cool skiing, I still was being a dad. You all kept calling me a dad.
It's because
Um,
you're just everything about you is like a dad. Like you snore like a dad. You are scared of everything like a dad. You're worried about everything like a dad. You get angry at everything on vacation like a dad.
listen, and I was thinking about that the whole plane ride back was like, dang, did I complain a lot? I wasn't trying to complain, but I think I noticed me complaining about about certain things, like just being like, God, that was so, you know what it is? Yeah, I'm getting older and I'm noticing when things are bothering me. I'm just like, it's bothering me. I want to voice my opinion, and whoever's there is gonna hear me. By golly, um,
But you're only 30.
I'm 32.
It's not time yet to be an old complainer.
But anyways,
Let's save that for your 50.
anyways, so this week was a big wake up call for me. And noticing that I am showing signs of daddyism.
And you're tired a lot.
Skiing is exhausting. I don't know how people do that.
You did like 2 runs, bruh.
I did nueve, homie.
Okay, so Nathan is an avid snowboarder. He used to go like 4 times a year, and then we decided to take a trip to Breckenridge together, which would be a second time skiing. And my first time skiing, I went down like how many times?
A lot.
Nathan doesn't have a fact or figure, but he says a lot. And I started doing greens and blues. But Mark Anthony, do you want to talk about your first day?
So I was really excited about this trip. I was really excited. We had it planned out. We've been planning it for months. Well, specifically Nathan, and can't think of enough. It was really detailed out, planned out, and it was awesome. And the day of, man, I got really nervous. I remember getting nervous. First off, what set me off was my first complaint of the trip. It was you guys were having me layer up in the hotel, and the hotel was really hot, so I was really hot, so I got really irritated from there. And then putting the boots on, I already knew instantly. I was like, these boots, they ain't working. Like these are tight. I don't know how.
And
And
I
then
didn't really ask me, am I are my feet supposed to be numb? And I
yeah,
just said yeah because I'm joking.
yeah, I was like, am I not supposed to be able to feel my feet? And Brittany said, yeah. So I thought, okay, I'm in the clear, and so I can so I can go ahead and ski, right? And we have to walk, and that was the other thing. It got more and more painful as we started walking towards, the bus, and then take the bus to the slopes to my first training course, and it was like, man, this is so painful. But Brittany said this is how it goes, and I was watching everybody like I just pictured everybody in so much pain, like excruciating pain, you know?
Like
And
you just thought that was normal.
I thought it was normal. I know I was dying. Um, but yeah. So anyway, so amongst all that stuff, I went to my first class to train, and it didn't go very well. The guy even admitted, he's an older guy, and he even admitted that he's more of a personal trainer when it comes to skiing. And it kind of showed. Everybody that he interacted with, he stayed with longer than, he was with them for a period of time, depending on who it was. So if they asked a question, he was going to hang on it for as long as he can. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he really took his time. So I didn't get a lot of one on one attention, and that made me even more nervous. And then on top of that, when I went on to the conveyor belt to go up, it's called the magic carpet. When I went up, I fell. The first thing I did was fall off the conveyor belt right on my back. I had whiplash for the whole week with my neck. I was, I was in so much pain, and I was like, "This is." First off, the shoes are super tight. I fell on
How'd
the
you
conveyor belt, huh?
fell backwards?
Yeah, I fell backwards.
Classic.
And so by the time I got up to the top, I'm like, I'm super sad. Like I'm like, this sucks. And then I'm trying to hold myself up on the
Yeah.
top of the magic carpet because, I didn't want to go sliding down, but you're on a slope, a little bit of a slope, and for a beginner, it's very intimidating. And so I just remember holding on to dear life, and then I remember looking down and seeing Brittany and Nathan. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna enjoy this trip. I'm gonna be so like I'm gonna be grumpy the whole trip. I can feel it.
Well, that was my biggest fear. Like, as soon as we dropped you off at ski school, I kept telling Nate that I was like, "Oh my god, I hope Morgan doesn't get discouraged. I hope he doesn't freak out." Because I know you're like me, because of how my first day went skiing. I was like, "He's gonna give up. He's not gonna do it." So we kept going. Every time we did a couple of runs, we would be like, "Let's go check on Mark Anthony." And then I could tell by how you're looking at us that you hated it, and you were talking to us
Yeah.
like in full sentences. I was like, he hates this. This is gonna be like the worst week ever.
Yeah, and the reason why I couldn't, they finally came up the magic carpet to hang out with me, and Nathan was trying to ask me what I learned so far, and all I just didn't want Nathan, because Nathan is obvious. You already said that he this is something he loves to do, and I didn't want to let him down, but I also didn't want him to know that I was crying behind my goggles, like I was in pain, and
Oh,
he's asking me, and I'm just sitting there, just going, "Yeah, did we learn how to pizza? Did we, you know?" And and it was so just sad, like, thanks, you know. And Nathan, I don't know what he thought at the moment, but he eventually just stopped asking me questions, and then you guys kind of went away. But I really was like, I was crying. Like I could feel the water on my bottom eyelid was just filling up, just like you know.
oh,
Yeah. And so I went down the hill a couple times. I ended up going on the conveyor belt again, and I remember just being like, "Ugh," for some reason, that's your training is this conveyor belt thing. Obviously, it's a shorter run, but when you compare it to when you go to the actual chairlift, the one we went on later on, I was like,
Yeah.
how does this compare? This is kind of different anyway. But
Yeah.
especially the second one that we went on with the poles, I'm like, why didn't they just put little poles on? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I remember just being so discouraged, and the guy was like, he was doing something one on one. It was 11:30, and I was like, I'm over this shit. I'm gone.
Because you be done at 11:30.
Yeah, we're supposed to be done, but he was like, we still got to do the chairlift. If you can stick around for a few more minutes, and I was like, no, I will not. And it was snowing, so then it got cold all of a sudden.
Yeah, be cold.
And so I started
That
walking. Everybody was going to the chairlift, and I started walking. And I'm just like, I'm crying now. At this point, my feet are in pain. I am walking down the hill, trying not to slide. I'm carrying all these skis and the poles and stuff. And I'm just like, please don't let them know that I'm crying. And I see you guys at the bottom waiting for me. And I'm just like, like I'm losing it on the way down the hill. Like, and Lisette meets me and she goes, "Oh, did you have a good class?" No, like.
oh man. I
And
could
then
tell.
I remember you guys were like, "Let's have lunch," but then at that point, I just couldn't hide it anymore because I was still wearing my goggles inside the building
Yeah.
because I didn't want you guys to know. But we had to go to the bathroom, and I remember taking off my goggles, and you obviously could tell that my eyes were pretty red.
I made it worse by telling you to cry.
Yeah, she's like, it's okay,
It's
broski."
okay out. I could tell you're so upset.
I
And
was, I so was, and I just thought, man up. You still gotta do more days. But I just was like, that was one of the first times that I ever like made a a quick opinion like I hate this. I'm not gonna do this again.
that's okay too, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, after that crazy day, these two kids still made me suffer for the rest of the day walking in those stupid snow boots that didn't fit my feet because we
But
went
we
to
changed.
we did get to change it, but we went to lunch first, and I remember just sitting there, just like, I was watching everybody's boots. Like, how are they comfortable? This don't make any sense. How are they walking? I can't walk. And I told Lisette, I said, this is probably how you feel when you wear heels and you have blisters
Yeah,
forming on your pinky toes. You know,
damn.
yeah,
But
it
the
was.
problem is longest and widest feet that they don't have boots for you.
They do. The length was
Yeah,
fine. It
right.
was just the width. The width was what was bothering me because it was like making my feet, like kind of like this. I know the audience can't see, but it was kind of like this.
Yeah.
So, but luckily we went back to the rental place, and they're like, "These are," the guy. Even the guy was like, "This is like the biggest ones we have." Thanks. Can you give me something bigger? And then
Got it.
they
Longer feet. They're like, nah, just forget it.
well, they found me another pair anyway, and I remember feeling like, okay, these feel a lot better. Um, the only thing that sucked for the next day was I was telling Lisette, it's like after our wedding. I wore those dress shoes all night while we were dancing, and the very next day my feet were in pain. So even if I put my tennis shoes on, it still hurt. So that's how it was
Yeah.
like on the second day in the ski boots. Even though they were bigger, my feet were so in pain
Yeah.
for the day before that I still felt like I was in
Oh,
pain. Yeah, I was sore. So, but anyway, sorry, I'm
damn.
talking a lot. But the first day, honestly, was a freaking nightmare. It was. I, we even texted the parents. We te-
Oh,
we were like, yeah. I was like, I'm in pain, And yeah, I cried. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to cry or to admit that I cried. Everyone should cry sometime, you know.
Yeah, I cry all the time.
But yeah, after that though, it only
Smooth
got better.
sailing.
It got better. I had a really
Way
cool.
better.
I got a really cool trainer the next day who helped me understand it a lot more. And we actually started with the chairlift instead of the magic carpet this time around. So instead of a small hill, we went on a the next level up basically for the chairlift. Not the main chairlift, but you know the second part. And we went up, and I don't know, he was just something about his vibe, and he was just a good instructor, and I remember just going, oh, today is so much better. And I was able to go down, but I was still weary, you know, I was still kind of scared
Yeah.
going down the hill. But I remember feeling like a little more confident and feeling like, okay, I get it now, you know. But I still was a mixed bag, even though I was having a better day.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel now after the whole week is up?
Well, after the everything said and done, I ended up really enjoying myself and loving skiing. And especially that last day,
Um,
it was so much fun with you and Nathan. Like we went down. I mean, I'm proud because I went down 9 times, but it was just like I don't know, it was different. The last day was like I was able to go faster. I was able to do more stunts. Like
I do my own
I do
stunts.
my own stunts, but I started understanding it a little bit better and understanding the momentum because initially I was like, this is like being in the passenger side of a car. Like you feel like you want to control it, but you can't. Like that's what it felt like initially. But then it got to the point where it was like, okay, I understand how I can control this. And obviously there's some moments that you're not in total control. You're kind of relying, well, you are relying on yourself for control, but sometimes it doesn't feel like you're in control. So there comes that like adrenaline thing, that ingredient that comes with it. What
Oh,
do you
but
say?
it's awesome.
Oh,
It's an awesome adrenaline feeling.
yeah, it really is. So yeah, ultimately ended up really enjoying myself. And I think that last day was it became the best day because of the day before. You know, when we had a rest day and we went to that hotel.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Like when we went to the pool and we kept coming out of the pool to go down the slide. Like
Yeah.
it
That was
was,
amazing. I wish that you would do that though. So we got this hotel thing for the day, and there was a pool that like connects to the outside, and it was snowing. Like it looked blizzard. But you have to get out of the pool to take the slide. And I was like, let me do this. Nobody else is gonna do this. And Marquette, they had to shock me. I was like, I felt like we were kids again. We both were going out of the pool, going down the slide like 20 times.
yeah. And that was the best part. It was like, you know, we were joking earlier how it was the first week we ever spent together, but it was further bonding, you know. And it really, when we did the pool thing, it really felt like, oh man, it's like when we were kids, like when we had the when we were at the apartments, we'd always go to the
Yep.
pool, and that was our bonding time. That was probably the only time we never fought, was in the pool. So that's what it kind of felt like when we went to, do the slide together. And then the next day when we were doing the when we were skiing, it was like we were kids again too, because it was like, I don't know, it was a different kind of solidification of our bond, I guess. A little bit different. It was really
Yeah,
nice.
it's awesome. Reconnection. Reconnecting.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So
Ha-
it was an awesome trip.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
And I'm sorry if you're talking and I'm missing some stuff, okay? Because it is cutting out, just so you know. But that's okay.
Our
Just letting you know.
ass
Eh,
data right now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, guys.
I only have good data in Colorado apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. In the Batman episode, I finally listened to it, and because we were busy this week, so I didn't have time. But so if any of the audio bothered anybody, apologize. But Nathan is our saving grace. Him and his android really
The hot.
stepped up.
The only time I'll give credit to Android.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it really did help. Anyways, but yeah, that Batman episode is doing really well actually.
We listened to it today finally.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yes.
Brittany heard an episode, guys.
At 1.5 speed. I don't need this abuse.
What'd you say?
I don't need this abuse.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so yeah, Colorado, amazing guys. Highly recommend. I mean, go do it.
Go do it. Go do it.
Go I recommend you get a timeshare. And
We don't need to tell them about that.
um and it was and I'm so sorry to Nathan, like not the skiing part, because obviously him and I, that was cool too. Him and I actually, I mean, we bond all the time, but I think skiing was the first thing we kind of did that was his thing. Like he comes on here to bond with me on the podcast or movies. I make him watch all kinds of movies, but the skiing was his thing. And so that was really cool. Even him cheering me on was like, "You got it, bro." It was like that almost made me cry, but in a good
Oh,
way.
it was like a movie moment.
Yeah, yeah. It really was. But yeah, the other thing I was gonna say was like we didn't get to play with the VR as much as I thought we were going to. You
And we
know,
didn't
what'd you say?
we didn't we didn't we didn't bring the Catan either.
Oh yeah, there's so many good moments to play Catan.
Damn. My bad, bro.
But the VR though, I mean, that one night we did get to play that pistol whip game, guys. If you guys have ever had a chance to play that game, highly recommend. If you want to feel
Said
like John Wick, play that game. Like
that's what
I,
they based it off of anyway.
yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, that's what Nathan told me. I really want that. That's probably the only reason why I would get the Oculus is to play that game again.
Just pistol whip.
Pistol whip. Oh my god, it's so much fun.
Literally the whole time you're just screaming.
And it was so cool to see Lisette do it. She was having a blast. She looked as cute as I thought she was gonna look.
Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna do it.
Yeah, I thought maybe she'd get nauseous or something, because VR is kind of a weird thing sometimes when you're like you can't when you I don't know.
Because I thought she was just with the Beat Saber.
Yeah, Beat Saber, that was something that I remember. I was like, all right, I need a break. you know.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm sure if we did Pistol Whip on hard, it'd probably be like Beat Saber, like
Yeah,
so many things all
that's
over
true.
the place. So, Britt, tell us about your experience in Colorado. Like, what did you like? Like, you take up some time. I talked a lot.
What? I just hope you can hear me properly.
I hope
I
so too.
loved it. This is my second time in Colorado. First time was in Aspen, and then now Breckenridge. And it was awesome because I got to go with my brother and Lisette and Nathan. And I just never had a trip like that without like the elders. Like we never had a trip together without the parents kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
yous and me. So I was like, this was so different. I felt like mature adults. But it was so cool. We got to hang out and have fun. I was expecting it to be I knew it was gonna be fun, but I didn't know it was gonna be that fun. And I was like really worried about you not liking skiing or, getting bored or something. But we had so much fun. We killed each other a bunch of times. It was like old times.
Yeah, Bernie did try to suffocate me with a pillow. and
Only a couple times.
threatened my life a couple times. Um,
I Because I found out on this trip that you snore. I had no idea that you snore. I would have never got the same lodge as you if I knew that.
it was the elevation.
Um, we'll see.
Mm. Did you hear me snore
In
when we
my,
got back?
I don't know because we give you the guest room. Because one time you guys stayed in the air mattress and I didn't hear you snore that bad.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I know that I'm able to breathe again. That was one thing about going to Colorado was that I mean, it's already bad enough, but out of breath, that was probably one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're like been an avid smoker for years or something.
It really does.
Everything out of breath. Like you change your socks, you're like you feel like to die. I literally felt like there was like some ghost sat on my chest, just like breathing.
It really did. It was just like it. I don't. Yeah, I just remember every single movement I made. I felt like I was out of breath, and now I noticed since being back, the only time that I'm out of breath is when I was going up your guys' stairs. But
Oh, apologize. Maybe you went to the we're at the same station as Colorado once you got up to the third floor.
you know what? We should convert your stairs into a ramp so we can continue to practice our skiing skills.
Heck yes. We could put snow inside the house.
Yes. Let's
Yeah.
yeah, and then we can learn how to pizza the
Oh my
pizza.
gosh.
What's the other one with the guy we heard frosting the cake and cutting the cake.
Yeah, you want to frost the you want to ice the cake, not cut the cake. I was like, "What?"
What?
Put icing on I don't know. I don't know
well,
what he was talking about.
well, apparently our parent the elders want to join us next time, so
I don't know, mom would ever do this. Like I feel like she's going to hate does not like being cold. And I don't know what's come over her, but I would love to see them do it.
yeah, I don't
But
know.
they talk about they go, I woke up and I have leg pain already. I'm like, oh my God, how are you gonna ski? So much falling. It's just all falling in the beginning.
Yeah.
What you didn't fall that much
I fell that one time with you guys
time.
because I did all the falling in class.
It's us.
How many times did you fall in class just on the magic carpet?
Yeah, well, that was enough to scare me, the conveyor belt.
My God, see, that's not even enough falling. I fall all the time,
And
like
then there was
almost.
then when I finally got a little confidence, I fell that one time. I overturned. I was turning left, and I went too much, and then I slid. And then Nathan helped me out. But like,
Damn.
I think my mind was always like I said, it's that feeling of being in the passenger side, but you have a little more control. So I was just like always like, don't fall, fall. Every time it was a steep part, I would tell
Yeah.
myself, don't fall. And so I would pizza harder. Like like I was Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2 when he's trying to stop the train.
Oh
And
yeah.
and he's like, that was me every time.
But I do like I don't know. I always feel like I'm in control, and then I know there's a point where it's just like I know I'm about to fall, and I
Yeah.
just have to go with it. It's the worst feeling ever. You're like going down, and then I just go fuck, and then I go. I just I just keep my poles flew everywhere. My legs are scattered around. Like I just it's the worst feeling.
And I think cartoons have ruined it for us because, or for me, like the thought of falling means I'm going to turn into a snowball and I'm gonna take
Yeah.
out a lot of people.
Maybe. You never know.
Maybe.
But, but yeah, that was a great trip. I can't wait to do that again. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm so happy that it ended up being a good experience because that would have been awful if we would have left and been like, yeah, Mark Anthony hated that,
But
or
it ended up being at it too, which is crazy. So I feel like next time we gotta get you on some blue trails.
yeah, yeah, they stuck me on green trails. I don't know if you guys are if people are listening to this understand, but like they have different type of trails on the mountains and of course different chairlifts that take you to those areas, They have the green trail, which is for the green people, of course, right? The rookies, the newbies. Then a little bit more
Easy.
difficult is the blue, and I know there was red and I know there was black. Um,
There's
what
the
do you
red is just the red was just the color of the chair that takes you up.
say? red red symbolized death to me, so
Those diamond and then double diamond, which is
oh, that's right. Yeah,
like
and
extreme.
yeah, I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. I just looking at the black ones, the diamond ones was just like, oh my gosh.
It's a long way up.
Perhaps next time, I if we were gonna do it next time, I'm assuming this is what's gonna happen is that you guys would have me on the day one hit the green again just to make sure I remember everything.
Of
And
course.
then day two, if I pass Nathan's test and do all my own stunts, take me to blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you immediately it, and then we go back to green. Oh
Oh
my god.
man, but yeah. It was like I said, it was so much fun and I'm so happy that it turned out to be a really good experience because I'm happy that I have that life experience under my belt. That's the thing about life is like I you guys know that I'm weary when it comes to risk taking, but there's like so many things that I want to do that involve risk.
Yeah, like skydiving.
Yeah, I want to skydive, but I know in the moment I'll probably be just as mad and probably crying the first time I do it. you know,
And yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a fear of trying because but I'm also stubborn at the same time because it's like even when I was miserable that first day of skiing, I still went down the little magic carpet thing at least twice. But like, I don't know, it was it was like being told to do something, not wanting to do it, but then you're telling yourself you gotta do it. And
Yeah.
that's what makes it worse is when it's not just I don't know. I
Don't
don't
worry,
know
Marley. I'm
because
just proud of you. I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
as you decided you're gonna be adventurous. You got a tattoo, you went skiing,
hmm
you well, that's about it. But it's still like a lot you could ever do before.
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously the next step is to skydive and land on a mountain and ski down it.
Tom Cruise stuff.
I
That
still
would be
wanted
awesome.
I still wanted to reenact even though we were not on the steepest part. I still wanted to reenact Vin Diesel's Triple X
Oh my god.
scene.
Let's,
Let the bodies
let's
hit
do
the
it.
floor. Um I don't wait, that's not even the song that they did when he did the snowboarding scene. But I forget what the song was. Anyways, either way, I still wanted to be like and throw the little grenades behind me and then
Have
ski
been
down.
so sorry.
And what was surprising to me was being around as much explosions as I've never been.
Dynamite.
Yeah, they set off dynamite to make sure that avalanches don't happen or they don't occur on over their guests, right?
Preemptive strike.
Yeah.
And it's still all day though, which I don't understand.
I honestly thought at first I was like, "Is that a thunderstorm coming our way?" A blizzard?
Excuse what?
This
What's
is
going on?
scary. And then just like Nathan nonchalant, like, oh yeah, they set off dynamite. Cool.
He's so he forgets we don't know anything.
Yeah. And then I forgot to mention the whole gondola thing. That was a yin yang.
What? Don't worry. You always freak out. Like that
The
thing will never break.
the first day was fine. The day we went down together, it was like, oh, this is nice. I like this. This is fun. When we went on it
Yeah.
was it the next day or the day after? And it happened to be windy. Oh my god.
We caught some unprecedented air.
Yeah, we
But
almost got launched into space.
I don't know. It wasn't that bad. It just felt
Nathan
like
was
when you're
so calm and cool. Nathan better have been sweating in his back. Like
were you
I
sweating? No.
I
You
was
didn't freak out
freaking
at all.
out. I was freaking out, man. So that was like that's the best way I could describe this trip. A lot of the things that we did, I was at some point hyperventilating and freaking out. Like at one point we
Well,
went on a chairlift and nobody wanted to use the safety feature. There's a reason why there's a safety feature. Okay? There's a
I think
reason.
you're supposed to put it down, right, babe? They put the signs there.
It's optional.
No.
Option,
Ladies and
but
gentlemen, put it on because it's just like being in a car without a seatbelt. Okay, you're gonna want to put it down. You're gonna want to.
Margella kept thinking he was gonna fly out of the chairlift, which is like not possible unless you're like a 5-year-old
I
little.
just kept picturing, what is Brittany gonna do when I slip?
I catch you, bro. I always got your back.
Man, I just
Don't
kept
freak.
picturing being at that height. Like, what I will lose both my legs. I will lose both my legs if I fall.
If you land incorrectly.
You're going to land incorrectly when you're wearing skis.
Bro, you gotta land and slide down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Next
So
time, always put the thing down so you don't freak out. It's just because
I
we always end up with the snowboarders and they don't like it for some reason.
apparently it adds more work to it.
I don't know.
I mean, doing the snowboarding is already hard. It looks like, especially going up and then trying to put it
Yeah.
on when you get off. Oh man.
Can't relate.
But it was crazy to see how those, like, the little kids, man, resilient.
Yeah.
I mean, they pissed me off the first day, but after that they were amazing.
You're so jealous of them.
Yeah, I was like, "Ugh, I'm gonna push all of you."
They just have no fear. They're so close to the ground. And they just look like they're chilling. Like it doesn't even look like it's like hard for them to do.
Yeah, that is a good point.
And I wanted to record. It was the same day Mark Anthony was having his mental breakdown as well. The first day, there was a little kid. He was crying to his mom. I never ski again, and he like kept. I was like, oh my god, that's probably how Mark Anthony feels.
I wanted to scream.
Well, too bad.
Yeah. Anyways, man, yeah. So yeah, that's our trip in a nutshell. It was a blast. I'm happy we got to record out there, and have Alex. So once again, thanks to Alex for joining us on that Batman spoiler. People are actually liking it. I've gotten probably more compliments on it.
Oh, good.
Which is nice. I think we're getting to a point where people are being a little more comfortable, like telling us, like, "Hey, I like that."
Yeah.
So that was really cool to hear, especially when we were struggling with internet issues trying to record that.
Those are ridiculous.
And of course, internet issues on this one too, but I mean,
I don't even know what to tell you. Like, what a mess. I don't know if it's just me or what.
I don't know. It's weird. It's the first time it's ever. I mean, not the first time, but I think it happens every so often. Like,
I think maybe we capped out on our Wi-Fi usage. Is that possible?
I don't know. I feel like somebody added an extra Google in that home.
Mm, too many
I
there.
got him. That's what I wanted. Um, Britt, of course,
What's
being
up?
a movie show. I want to talk about a movie that. Well, I want you to talk about a movie, and I'm gonna talk about a movie.
Okay, just one movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Do you want to go first, or
Um, okay, whilst we were in Colorado, we watched Saint Vincent, which is not a recent film, but it's new to us. And we couldn't think of anything to watch because Netflix be tripping, nothing new, or if it's all basic stuff. So I was like, while I was scrolling, I saw Saint Vincent. I was like, "What's this about?" And we watched a little what's it called trailer beforehand. It's like Melissa McCarthy was in it. She's funny and she's like in court with her son, and they were talking about who's babysitting her son. I was like, "Ooh, let's watch this. This looks funny." It ended up being like a really good movie, heart touching film. It has Bill Murray. He plays the neighbor who ends up babysitting the son because the mom is single or getting divorced and she has to work a lot as a nurse, so she's never home basically. But then this guy is like trash. Like he loves gambling, he has a lady of the night. There's just a lot of things wrong with him and the mom doesn't know what's going on. But their relationship with him and the kid is so cute and fun, and I recommend it. Heartwarming film, and you might cry.
I did?
Mark Anthony cried. Did you cry, babe?
I don't remember.
He doesn't remember.
It was. It was
What's
a.
happened?
It's a movie that I really wanted to see for a long time, and I kind of slipped by the wayside. So when we watched it, I remember I was exhausted when you started it. Like I was like ready for bed, but
Yeah,
that movie really hooked me. I was like, and I love that movie.
that was really good movie.
That was so good. It's on Netflix right now, and yeah, check it out. Bill Murray was really good in it, and it really is a heartfelt movie. And I'm a sucker for these type of movies, man. That
Yep,
redemptive, a kid changes this guy's perspective. Like so good. You
it was
know,
amazing.
yeah.
I give it a 10.
Really. Hmm.
Yeah,
Score wise, I'd go with I'd do an 8.
well,
But that's still good. That's still good.
I-
Really enjoyed that. And fun fact, guys. We did get Nathan to watch. Well, we got Nathan to watch something, and we got Lisette to watch something. So,
oh
um,
yeah, we watched a lot of movies.
yeah, we actually we because the skiing ended at like at 4. So then we had a lot of time on our hands in the afternoon, and sometimes we'd go shopping, sometimes we go eating, and or we do all of it and then make them watch something. So Nathan got to experience a movie that he may or may not have seen. Um,
Well,
he definitely saw a scene. He got to watch Training Day.
a movie that's so old but still so good.
I really wanted to quote the entire movie, but Nathan said, "Better not."
It annoys him. It annoys me as well. But I think I do movies. Like I'll say what the line is coming up next.
Done that with me.
Oh, but I never done that with Nathan, so we're fine.
So no fighting.
No fighting.
But it seemed like he enjoyed it.
I really liked it.
See?
There you go. There's your review.
Change it from the you gotta change it from the inside, son. You know?
Oh man, Crooked Cops,
Man, Denzel kills it. That's my favorite Denzel movie. I love that movie.
that's a great movie.
It really is. It was really fun to watch, and it was
Here's it still stands the test of time.
yeah, it does. It does stand the test of time, and it was nice seeing. It's always fun to watch a movie with somebody that we'll just say he hasn't seen it because they
Yeah.
pick up on stuff that you laughed at initially that maybe you miss now, and so like when they're laughing, you start laughing too. You're just like, oh yeah, that's a great line, like, oh, you shot me in the ass.
I feel like
Huh?
that always made us laugh. It's a
Yeah, it
classic.
did, but like now it's like I'm kind of desensitized, whereas now it's just part of his monologue or part of
Oh.
that. But it was nice to see Nathan react to it, and then it made us all laugh. And yeah,
You know what? Is it because on Bad Friends they had Rudy do that monologue?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Maybe that's why Nathan thought he's seen it.
Yeah, I think so.
I kept getting deja vu watching it, which is another good movie.
Another good Denzel movie.
That you're right. And so yeah, I'm happy he liked it. And then we got Lisette to watch what?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians, and she pulled a Nathan for like the first 30 minutes of that movie.
Concerned. She's like, seen this. I know this movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm already invested again. We gotta finish this one through.
Yeah, because you and I have no problem rewatching things. Other
Yeah,
two,
we saw same people.
and
People that don't remember if they see, but they refuse to watch it again if they remember.
shots fired. Shots fired. Sorry, what?
I said what I said.
I said what I said. But yeah, so she finally got to watch it. She did technically watch the beginning with me, but she was also lesson planning, so she was like side eyeing the movie when she watched it. So when she finally sat down to actually pay attention to it, that's why she was like, "I've seen this, I've seen this, I've seen this." But then it got to the point where she was like, she got invested. You could tell.
That movie is great. That's a great film.
It
I recommend that
is.
movie.
It is so
It's
good.
so good.
Love it. I love that movie, and I think she really liked it. When we finally finished it, she really liked it too. So
Yeah. It gets the tears too.
oh yeah, lots of love, man. If you want to feel love, watch that movie. And
Mm.
if you want to see what it's like in an everyday life situation with Brittany, watch that movie for what's her name, Paylin?
Aquafina?
Aquafina. That is you.
Damn, son. I don't know about that. What do you think,
No,
babe?
that is you. I every time I see Aquafina, I think of Brit, and so especially in Crazy Rich Asians and a little bit in Shun-Chi.
Ooh. Have you seen her show from Queens?
No, but I heard it was funny.
You gotta watch it then. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Wow, what a first.
Spoiler. I feel like I talked about it already on the podcast.
Maybe, but maybe you mentioned it, but I don't remember like talking about it.
Well, it's on HBO Max if you're feeling vivacious.
It's called From Queen.
Nora from Queens. It's Aquafina. I don't know if she wrote it. It feels like she wrote it.
Mm.
And she's like a uh, well, basically a loser. That's how they word it, because she's still living at home with her dad, and she doesn't have a future at all. Like she doesn't know what she's doing. She like loses her jobs,
Oh,
and it's funny though.
okay.
It's not sad. Like it's funny.
All right, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. All
I'll
right,
allow it. Check.
I got a movie that I would recommend to everyone and their moms.
Turning red.
No, 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 no. I'm gonna let you talk about that one. CODA.
Hold up.
Oh my gosh, CODA is it's a beautiful film. It's beautiful. There's no other words to describe it. It got on my radar when Oscars came when they announced all the nominees for the Oscars,
Yeah.
and I was like, I watched the trailer, and it's about a girl who's born into a family that's deaf. Like she's the only one that can hear and speak, and she loves to sing, and but her family's deaf, so there's like that disconnect already. But she has to be there for her family, and it's like this pull and tug of responsibility and all that. And so it's beautiful. You got to watch it. It's on Apple TV, and I just I cried so much. There's such a beautiful moment with her father that just oh it's gonna break you down. It's I'm gonna cry right now just thinking about it. Like for real, like it's that good.
Don't cry again, really. Anyone famous
My
in it?
look at my eyes. I'm
Wow.
serious. Yeah,
Relax.
dude, I'm telling you, it was so beautiful. And Lisette, because I watched it on the plane, and so what happened is, part of my headphones went missing. Lisette's here, guys. By the way, part of my headphones went missing, and so I only had one good ear. So I offered it to her, but she didn't want to listen to it. So she watched it by reading, basically. I had the subtitles on, but even her was like crying in a lot of the sequences, and she couldn't even
But
hear
is
it.
there like all like is she like does she talk to like friends and stuff
Yes.
or sing?
Well, that's the beauty of it is you get to see her world from both sides, and what so you get to see her interact at school and with her choir, but then you also get to see her interact with her family, and it's just emotional, man. It's fantastic.
Who's in it?
Uh, well,
Is it the girl from the Quiet Place?
from where?
The Quiet Place?
No.
Oh.
Let's see. Lisette's helping me out here. There's nobody that there's only two people that I've seen before. Um, Marlene Matlin, I think is her name. I think I've seen her in like Friends. She made an appearance, and
Oh.
she's deaf. She's been in maybe the L Word. I don't know. I've seen her in something else. And then of course I don't know how to say this, but
Eugenio Derbez.
Yeah. That's what
he's
Alyssa was telling me about.
yeah, he's in like the How to Be a Latin
Overboard.
Lover and Overboard the
Yeah.
remake. Anyways, he was fantastic. He's hilarious in the movie. He's a music choir teacher, and
He's hilarious in everything.
he's great. I like his interaction with the girl, which I forgot her name now. Ugh, what's her name?
CODA?
No, her name is Ruby in the movie. It's played by Emilia Jones, and she is spectacular. She's great. She's the one. If she wasn't as good as she is, then you wouldn't be emotionally connected or invested in the story. But she is so good. That's what makes the movie work. You know.
Um,
What'd you say?
Oscars? Oscar
Yeah,
worthy?
Well, that's how it got on my radar, is that it got nominated for different nominations, and I was just like, oh. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, wow, this looks like it's gonna be really good. And then I forgot I downloaded it before we went to Colorado, and then I remembered, of course, before we got on the plane, and I was like, whoa, blown away.
Oh no, let me watch this. Hey, I'll have to watch it. I'll give my review afterwards.
Yeah. You want to say anything about it?
I loved it, and like Mark Anthony said, I couldn't hear it. Like I was just reading it and just seeing it, and it just made me bawl. Like I was crying like a baby on the plane. I don't know if you noticed when we got off, like I had to stop watching it because it was just so good. It was good, but it was so sad. And Mark Anthony kept telling me like what happened next, and I would tell him like stop it, because I'm gonna cry all over again. I feel like when I got off the plane, like my eyes were all red and watery, and people probably thought I was
Yeah,
crying from all the
your
turbulence
eye,
that was
like
going on. Huh?
your eye was like bloodshot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She did mention it. Yeah. But I liked it. I won't say any more since I know you're gonna watch it.
She's gonna see it again.
I want to see it again. Like, see it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Lisette?
Highly recommend.
Nathan,
Nathan, I think you would like it.
you want to watch it?
It's a drama movie, but it's not like it's not Brittany's sad drama stuff, Nathan. Like it's not like
It's like a feel good, heartwarming.
yeah.
It's not like
Okay.
heartbreak, depression.
I'll allow it.
I'll take your word for it then.
Are we going to be happier after we watch it?
Yes. You're gonna feel like it's like one of those movies that when you're done watching it, you're like, I need to be a better person.
Never have that.
Do you feel good, Brittany? Have you seen Chef?
Yeah, but a long time ago.
Like I feel very emotionally connected to Chef. Like I love that movie. The whole like I would put CODA in that category of how I feel. Like it's one of those movies that I'm gonna put on again and again just to have that feeling. Like you watch sad movies on purpose to make yourself cry. Like I watch happy feel good movies to make me cry. So like CODA and
What
Chef, those are like among the ones that I put on so I can cry.
is that a read, Mark Anthony? You
Is
try to
that
mess with me, dog?
I'm not trying to mess with you.
all
You said
right, all right.
you said before that you purposely watched really sad movies. So
I love sad movies though.
yeah. Hey, what do you think of the comments before you talk about Turning Red? It just popped in my head. Speaking of Oscars, Power of the Dog. What do you think of the comments that Sam Elliott made?
What do you say?
He said something
Oh,
about
that it was garbage.
yeah.
Oh, I agree with him.
But he
I what? Say
well, I don't know exactly. He I think he was mad at the idea. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. He was mad more so because it wasn't a man's man Western type of thing, I feel.
I I like it felt like a man's man one. It was just like I thought he was saying that because the movie was garbage. Like it
Oh
was
no.
too
He was
no?
critiquing how cowboys were portrayed in the film. That's I from what I understand.
Oh.
And I know the director just responded saying, so I forgot what she said. This is like TMZ deep right here. But like it was just I don't know. It's interesting for someone like a Sam Elliott who is probably besides Clint Eastwood is like one of the mainstays for Western films for him to react in such a way. And it's like, I feel like, these stories exist. So, I mean, it may not be a movie that we like. I'm still haven't
Yeah.
watched it because of your review. Like now I'm
Sorry.
good. I'm good. But like, I don't know. I just think it's interesting how, I don't know. I think that the way the world works is very interesting, and that just because those stories weren't told before doesn't mean it didn't exist, and not every, it's not everything's a cut and paste template of a time. And I don't know. I feel like, leave the movie alone. No offense, Sam.
Benedict in the movie was very manly.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, if you're going to, if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. That's different.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is I wouldn't go and nitpick what the movie was about because you don't know. You have no idea. It's history, or they're trying to tell history, or they're trying to, you know, make a story relatable to the time it is now back then, and how complicated it would have been back then to be, because like you said, I think you said Benedict's character's gay, and then so is the boy, right?
From what I understood from the film.
And of course it's understated in the film when Brittany was trying to tell us. But anyways, I was just saying, I was just curious if you saw it or what you thought about it. I technically kind of took over, but
I agree with him until you explained to me what he meant by it. I thought he just meant by, in general, the movie was garbage.
oh. You agree with this quote that the movie was not your favorite.
Not my favorite. Not my favorite at all.
And that's okay. I just think that's why I wanted to talk about it. It was like, if you don't like the movie, you don't like the movie, but you don't have to really critique the subject matter because you don't know.
And let me know if PETA has said anything about it.
I haven't heard anything.
I know there's something. There's got to be something.
So
Because they filmed it in England and they don't have the same laws or something like that. You know, like every movie here, if you wait for all the credits, they go, no animals harmed in the making of this film. Even in that movie Just Married, when Ashton Kutcher has a cockroach on him, he couldn't even touch it because you're not supposed to harm any animals.
mm-hmm.
But New Zealand, a whole different bag. At least I think. I don't know. Because I didn't see. I waited for all the credits.
Yeah. Well, I
I
know
was waiting.
all the movies, whenever there's an animal involved, they have what is the Animal Association everything's
Yeah.
been monitored by this, because they even do it at the end of John Wick 3, right, with the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They need to.
yeah. Anyways, wow, we went all over the place.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. I made you go all over the place too. But yeah, so yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
I'll save it for the next podcast.
And then that's your review for Turning Red. I because I did say in the middle of the podcast I was gonna have you talk about it, but we'll talk about it next time. Because
Yes.
I want to watch the Adam Project as well, and want to talk about that.
Let's put it together.
Yeah, we'll put them together. I will say real quick about Turning Red. That song, catchy as hell.
By Four Town.
Yeah, all day it's been playing in my head.
It is catchy as hell.
Anyways.
That's not even how it goes.
I know, I just forgot the words right now.
Your head all day doesn't sound like it.
I lost it now, but it was in my head all morning for sure. Like as I were driving back home, I was like singing it in my head. Huh?
Never gonna let you down. I forgot the words too already. I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, so we'll talk about Turning Red and talk about the Adam Project.
And Protege.
Oh, you guys watched the Protege? Okay, yeah, I watched the Protege, so we gotta talk about that. Oh my gosh, how could we forget? We talked about
Too many
Colorado pretty much the whole episode.
You said there was nothing to talk about.
Whoa.
Somebody wants.
See how
I
disappointed?
feel like Bobby. He got served on the Bad Friends.
Yep. Wow.
Stop giving me lawsuits.
You know what? We should serve you in the episode. Mm-hmm.
Fine. Lock me up.
Anyways, Brittany's tired, guys. And we'll talk about all those movies. I might end up going and seeing the Batman again. I hope, by myself, and I can't wait. And we'll see. We'll see next time. You go ahead and follow at the Movie Reference on Instagram. I may or may not start a Facebook. Who the hell knows? I'm told I'm supposed to. Also, follow on Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can go to Anchor Podcast to see wherever you could listen to these episodes. And thank you for following. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you for the plays. Nathan says that you're all a 4 out of 5.
Room for.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you next time.